Yes, give me a minute. I'm taking my time because I'm having a bit of a ish getting this together, you dig? So y'all bear with me as I get everybody in here. I'm gonna pull everybody in the room as the best as I can. As the best as I can.
So I just wanted to give you guys what I promised. We've talked about this
And
issue
yes,
so many
I'm
times. Just
taking
as
the
a
time I
refresher, the
need. Oh
2017
no,
tax
that didn't.
cuts overwhelmingly benefited the
Didn't
rich.
blow.
The working class
Hockey.
did not benefit to the same
I
extent,
don't
not
think
even
that was a good
close.
one.
So the centerpiece of that 2017 tax law
Let me see
was
where
a
we are.
deep permanent cut in the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%.
I knew it.
The tax policy
That did
center
not seem
estimates that
that
over
did
a
not
third
seem
of the
logistic.
benefits from corporate rate
Come
cuts
on, sir.
flows to the top 1% of households. Read Why Nations Fail. This is contributing to the growing inequality in the country, and that growing inequality will lead to the fall of this country. I have no doubt. Now, a careful new study from researchers at the University of
Bye.
California, Berkeley, the Federal Reserve Board, and the Joint Committee on Taxation finds that none of the earnings gains from the 2017
Right.
corporate rate cuts occurred
We're going in.
to the bottom 90% of the income distribution, and this group received just a small fraction of the overall economic gains. In fact, when it comes to non-corporations, when it comes to
All right, y'all.
well, it turns out that only high-income earners got a massive
Are we
tax
really
cut
doing
thanks
this
to
right
this
now?
2017 tax bill. The law cut the top individual income
Okay.
tax rate from 39.6%
All right,
to
so
37% for
I'm
married couples with over $600,000 in
only
taxable
gonna
income.
say
By itself,
what I
this
know I
provided
should
a
say
couple with
to let
$2
you know
million in taxable
where
income
we are
a
today.
$36,400 tax
Got
bill.
kind of thing going on here where been trying to get everything that is necessary in the works. You know. Seems like we just have us a nice little set here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just give me a minute. I'm taking my time. I'm sharing the live stream here. I'm getting everybody in here I can think of that will come along with this conversation. Because in any case, this is something that we, you know, whether we want to or not, probably should be talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I was picking up your stuff that you dropped out the cupboard.
Thank you, sir. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like in any cases, we are on a Monday schedule, so you know what we do here on Mondays. We usually talk to you guys about motivation. What has you motivated? What is something that keeps you in that motivation mood? You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely got to be in the juice. Got to have the juice to be a motivated dude. Okay? I'm only saying this to you because I just know being motivated is a very, very important thing to a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure you just don't know how big. VOC Cal, what's happening, bro? Hope you're having a good day at work. But yes,
Sister's
indeed.
working here in Albany, right down the street.
Mhm.
In today's dollars, $300,000.
My sister's here in Albany, working right down the street.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Is it a good or a bad thing?
She wants to try and stop by and help us out with some food tomorrow.
Okay. As long as you don't try to hurt me, I'm cool.
No.
Because the question is, which sister are we talking about?
My sister Lacey.
Okay, because I thought we were talking strawberries. I was like, oh shit, I'm nervous now.
No. You already know strawberry ain't coming through unless she got a reason to come through.
That's what I'm saying.
What the fuck?
This video went viral because a school bus driver threw a kid out of the bus. The school bus driver started throwing toys and shouting very loudly in an angry voice as he pulled the kid out of the bus. People around were shocked and intervened when they saw the kid being thrown out as punishment for something unrelated. But then, a man stepped in to stop the fight and separate the bus driver and the woman to prevent further violence. The woman went to check on the kid, who was still on the ground, possibly having hit his head on the concrete.
Mm-hmm.
The woman couldn't believe
What
she
the
had just
fuck is
been
wrong
watching,
with people?
so she shouted loudly.
The just callous nature of how niggas acting these days is nothing different than what the fuck we see all the time. And I hate to say it, and I keep rewinding it back to this shit, but when you look at the rhetoric that you hear in the news nowadays, these people think that shit is legitimate shit to do and treat people with. Just like, fuck your feelings, fuck how you feel, fuck what you thought. But I'm about to make you feel like the lowest level of shit.
It's residents, you know.
Oh yeah.
Sucks that Bina's not here with Richard because she wants to see Richard. But video chat Bina.
Oh boy, I'm literally sitting in my car. Come on here, Brody. Let's talk about it.
I don't understand. How's the resin taste better out here than it does in Colorado?
Mm-hmm. It's a good question, though. Definitely something that'll make you ask that.
Add a comment. B0CAP559. I literally sit in my car.
Chilling.
What it do, man? What's good with you this week, man?
Relax, man. Just chilling in my car.
I heard.
Watching people come in and out of this fucking garage.
Oh shit. See, that's the decent thing of life right now. I swear to you, I tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. I can't complain at this point, even though I haven't been to work in the last week or so. My thing is like right now, like I'm not hurting completely. I just wish I would have had the extra money because then I wouldn't be sitting here scraping the bowl and shit for my bud, for my friends to chill with on for the holidays and shit. You know?
Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. Relax.
Where read 68 joints.
What's up with everybody that's just
Double tap to activate.
Yeah. But yeah, like for me personally,
Hand waving wave.
I think that's one of my biggest
Where read 68 joints.
my biggest things
Double tap to
now.
activate.
Because I mean, I take care of myself pretty damn well as far as I'm concerned. You know, for a person that lives alone, blind, I take care of myself pretty well. Thank you to the home attendant that I have sitting in the crib, you know, every other day that she comes by and stops in to see me and shit, lets me know that I'm still alive in so many ways, you know what I mean? But I think no, Monday through Wednesday, she's usually here Thursdays and Fridays. However, last Friday she was sick, so that's why she didn't show up. But this is what I'm saying, like we do, you know what I'm saying, for myself personally, we come into these episodes like today, for example, Monday being one of the better starts to the day for me, you know what I mean? I get the day started with the question that's more common for me, you know what I mean? Because in any day like this, I call myself trying to invoke motivation out of any individual that steps into the show. So what we learn by this show's episode is basically the determination of what's motivating an individual on that particular week. And if that is something that, you know what I mean, maybe we can discuss openly about what strategies you've decided to take in, or even how, you know what I mean, this particular motivation is set in a certain tone for a certain reason, you know what I'm saying? Because with every motivation, there's a specific reason and a cause behind it. So for me, you know, I've been motivated these last few months now, just over this last year, about self-sufficiency, mostly because of the simple fact that being vision impaired and blind completely, you know what I mean, after having, you know, almost 30 years of sight, really does damage to a person's psyche after they have to realize they go from being able to take care of themselves to having certain issues that they have to have overlooked by someone else. You know what I'm saying? So my motivation is just being more self-sufficient, and that's been like my leading cause of my want to stay motivated to do everything that I've been doing, staying consistent, you know what I'm saying, as best as possible, whether it be from doing the podcast here on the show to, you know what I'm saying, anything else that I'm endeavoring when it comes to like songs, somebody invites me in on a contribution track or whatever the objective is at that point in time. My initial motivation is completing each task, which is something I put up earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Like, always be encouraged to want to complete all your missions, any mission. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of the one things I quoted myself today as like just a motivational quote to the day. You know what I mean? No matter what the situation is, always be encouraged to commit to succeeding by any mission that you're assigned to. You know what I'm saying? Never let the situation get the best of you. You know what I'm saying? Because in plenty of cases, we sit here, we look at these different situations, how we get devastated over one thing, and it seems like it's the end of our neck of our life. But at the end of the day, what we realize is, at the long time, as long as we suck on it, it's when we feel like we've lost the most. It's when you decide to sit instead of sitting, stand up and find your motivation. Get yourself motivated if you aren't motivated. Make yourself feel like you have purpose, because at some points in life, you're all going to reach a point in your stage in your life where you feel like the career you're following or the path that you're on just ain't where you want to be, or just ain't what you truly are looking for in life. And I'm be honest with you, I thought I was gonna do computer engineering when I first grew up, when I was a kid in school and shit. And I mean, looking at me now, I'm almost 40 years old, and I ain't had a job in nowhere near in that field. Never been to college on that level. And at the end of the day, I'm just feeling like my real passion has always been the thing that I've stuck with, and it's always stuck with me. So like my music, you know what I'm saying, creating it, being lyrically inclined, you know what I mean, in that field, to be able to, get my words together or profess to make something that is creatively enhancing to, like, not only my situation to make me feel better about myself, but also giving someone else a shot of hope, you know what I'm saying, a shine of light, something that they weren't seeing coming through in their situation, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's motivating for me, you know what I mean, in those aspects, because I think I've been one of those people growing up. I've always looked at things on a broader spectrum and tried to synthesize it more or less, not just saying this happens because of this, but more or less looking at the pathway that led to these things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's a lot for me.
Weez_product_. And
We,
we
but yeah,
add comment. Edit box. Out of
oh,
list.
go ahead. What'd you say?
Double tap to edit text.
Motivation.
Double tap and hold to long
I feel
press.
like there's a lot of contributing factors for motivation. There's not just one source. Like, people could be motivated for a lot of different reasons. Like,
True.
I feel like if I were to go into somewhere and I showed them my music, I'm gonna be looking for, obviously, the feedback from that, but more importantly, the motivation factor plays into that, because there's a lot of different variables, if you will, what causes that motivation. Like, for
Right.
example, I'm gonna put a track out and I got someone that's telling me, no, the hook could be better, or someone's like, no, this beat's fire. Then it's like, okay, so the
Facebook.
feedback
Hidden
already
Llama
telling me
reacted
that
to a video you
they're
shared.
digging the song, they like how I produced it. Now I just need to go to this area, what I need to work on.
Right.
And what really has been made me thinking about the whole
Pistons
way
and
of
Hawks.
how I
Game
want to
starts
talk
soon.
shit now. It's not necessarily me making something, dropping it, and letting people think about what they feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I gotta understand that. I gotta look at it this way. This is like a chef going into a fucking kitchen and then coming out and trying to show them different dishes. Like, if they don't like it, they gotta give me their intel of what should change on that shit. You
Absolutely,
know?
absolutely. Your critique, it may, and in many ways, I'm a person who is already hypercritical of my own work. So if I feel like the process, like it doesn't have to be the entirety of something, but if it's just a little bit of it that doesn't seem to fit in, I feel like I've failed. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a failure there. There's been plenty of songs that I've actually dropped and released, and that's in the recent, just last two albums I did this year, that I really wasn't totally I wasn't totally happy with what I find, with what I call finished. But in the same sense, looking at the fact of the growth that I've made just in the last few albums, if you go back beyond 2023's album releases, those projects all had my hands on them more personally, but I was very much inexperienced in the mixing and mastering and of the music. So what I thought was good work and good, good quality sound, all turned out to be like, oh no. Comparing to my newer work, it's like, yeah, that's a huge improvement compared to this. But
Well,
I
mean,
left.
you can't really knock that though, because I mean, at the time, that was just the knowledge that you knew. Given
Right.
that if you had that knowledge that you have now compared to then, I'm pretty sure it would have came out way better in that sense.
Well,
just
see,
because of those factors.
with the exception that the process of software that I was using, if you're familiar with BandLab, I am not very much fully equipped for working on that program. Only reason why I say that is because although I can record and put music there to record and make music with, my mixing and mastering takes a little more hand-eye coordination. So something that a person like myself would not be able to tweak the sound to the right temps and get it all leveled right. You know what I mean? So I'd have to pass it off to someone due to the fact that I just couldn't do that with the program that I'm working with. And because it's the only program I've been working with recently to get me to where I am now, it's like, all right, cost efficient. I don't have to worry about doing anything other than maybe if I really want to pay the extra coin, take it to a studio, get a mix down, master it, and then I finalize the process that way. But thank God I have the good friends that I do have, man, because I'll be honest with you, I don't think I would be in the same position I'm in now if that weren't possible, because granted, I have a lyrical talent that invited me into the same spaces with good people that really make dope music. And like, by all means, I'm applauding just the fact that I'm able to stand in the same room with these gentlemen. But it's for me to be often also given the additional support from these guys, like, yo, man, don't worry about it. We'll fix the mixes on your track. Just let me work. Just let me do what I gotta do first for my shit, and then when I'm free, I can get my hands on you. And I'm personally a patient artist anyway. I'm willing to do the wait if it means that it's gonna make the song great. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what a certain tweak of a vocal would do to a certain level set on a beat that, you know what I mean, is already sounding good in its raw form, but given that extra gentle touch that a producer or engineer would do, just gives it that flavor and that flair that is like, oh, okay, there you go. That's what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for me personally, I think that's one of my biggest like flaws and stuff as far as being like my own person on all of my music creations. The only other thing outside of that is just, I used to produce beats myself, but being blind, I can't do it like I used to. So it's not as easy to pick up on again like I was before, because I could do a hunt and peck, pat, tap here. Before you know it, I got a nice little trip. For a beat made. But for me now, it's a little more of a, tech tish that I ain't bitching about it, because at the same time, like I said, I'm thankful. I'm really thankful because I've been really fortunate to have this. And I think that alone is the biggest motivation for me, is like knowing that, you know what I mean, I have supportive people around me, you know what I'm saying? They really just like believing in the fact that I have a certain level of talent. I've had, you know what I mean, artists come up to me in the recent year like, yo, bro, I remember when you was just ripping shit up the road. You was just tearing shit up like throughout the whole time that before we, when we first met, and I just love the passion that you carry with your music. So like anytime you want to do a track, bro, just let me know and we can work it out. You know what I mean? And I think just in that motivational tone itself for me is just like, it's like I said, it's been the blessing and the motivation all behind the sourcing of why, I consistently am here. I join in here to constantly try to join up and band up with all you guys in here that tune in with me, whether you just passing through, you see me moving this shit all day.
Hand waving wait.
Because
Okay, else name join.
In any case,
Double tap to activate.
It gives us an opportunity to meet someone new, possibly market with them, network on some new shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we make our own futures in this day and age, and the way we have to be ready for all of that is by having an attitude of never give up. And the only way that works for you is to stay motivated on your initiative goals. You know what I'm saying? Never let go of that one thing that you feel like has been getting you up in the morning and getting you out the door, or jumping in your car to get to work and get it done to get home and have it all over again. You know what I'm saying? Because like, to me, the music that I create, the passion I put in behind my music, the emphasis is on my feelings, that alone explains just how the music really makes me feel. Because I've been the type of person that I could not find my own voice until I learned how to speak over a beat and be able to, like, you know what I'm saying, really just take the time to work my feelings out on it. Because like, a person could sit and take 15 seconds and write a whole song, and it won't be worth shit. You know what I'm saying? It might even be a hit, but at the end of the day, to the men and women that actually take the time, sit down, really learn and study the beat itself, and then turn that into a freaking piece of art, that is amazing. And it's a unique trait that not many people can even vouch and say that they carry, because the proof holds the pudding. Anybody that you know like that, you can tell because you see it in their work. And I don't know, I think I've been one of those people that have literally worked on that, the way I want people to understand my approach to the music. Don't come at me thinking, oh, this nigga gang banging and all this and that and the third. Previous life, Brody. Don't come to me with that other shit if it ain't about the music. Because at the end of the day, my past ain't who I am. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done all that wild shit before. It just ain't shit that I want to get into anymore, because I'm a grown man now. I got life and other lives to responsibly think about. You know what I mean? So in addition to having a history like that, it's like, nah, yo, you realize that at some point it's time to grow up and start doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit, you know what I mean, changes for you. You gotta change with the season. And at the end of the day, personally, I'm not saying switch sides on a nigga, but let's be real. Like, don't put your boy out there with a family on the street trying to make him gun down some rival homies. You feel me? That's the kind of shit I'm on. Like, if you really got love for your brethren and your homie, go help them niggas make some money together without having to get them in prison, get them a prison bed on the top of it. You know what I mean? There's other ways to get it. Nah, for real. Now, and I'm just speaking from experience, my nigga. Like, I done met and been in bad circles with people, and the people I thought I could look up to and get inspiration on that level literally tried to send me out there to be the next number in the fucking cell block. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm already dealing with shit at home. I mean, my life wasn't very much like worse than people I know, but I had a pretty funky life that I felt like I was dealing with a lot of drama that I didn't want to deal with. And it made me walk off and go to these people thinking that they would be my sort of boys and girls club of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And in any case, it turned out the complete opposite. And I'm glad that I had an opportunity, and I took the opportunity to walk away from it. Because I'm thinking about the whole situation, bro. If it was me now, look at my situation. I'm blind. The fuck I'm gonna be out here running around throwing up sets and shit, all this other shit. Man, you got me fucked up. I ain't out here trying to get killed for nothing. I got reasons behind me that I want to die for. I want to die for my kids and seeing that they have a good life and shit like that. I'm not out here dying behind the color, bro. This is what it is. I just ain't with it. And I got nothing but love for the homies and either set or click the claim. But let's be honest with you, fam. What's the real point here? I can get into that topic on another day. We can, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, you know what I mean? I just, from my own standing, I've seen the differences and the literatures that should have been something of a red line, a red light, so to speak, of people's understandings around these sort of things. But like I said, different story for a different day. But yeah, for me, like I said, motivation, bro. Like just trying to be motivated, bro, and not stay in that slump of, yo, this is fucked up. My life is terrible. I ain't got shit going for myself. Echoes of people before me saying, yo, you ain't gonna be shit when you get older. You ain't gonna ever be shit when you get older. I learned how to tune that out, because at the end of the day, people who can do that to you think that they can define who you are and what your life will turn out to be in the future, like they have a fucking magic ball or something. And for me, I've learned to say to myself, you are who you make yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like anyone else that has a dream in their heart, do not let them diminish that, because anyone who can come to you and push that dream under so deep inside of you that you don't even want to look at it anymore.
Riri Taylor and Sabrina Butler reacted to your story. See it in a few more stories.
Literally needs to be slapped, one, but two, has no self-preservation of their own success. You see what I'm saying? And their dreams are probably shattered. So they quick to throw down that fucking gauntlet on you, saying that they want you to join their misery parties. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I just can't sit that way. It doesn't sit right with me. Something about it, even when it's in my presence, makes my stomach upset. So for me, I'm geared to just trying to find that positive progression. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not.
I would stick around more, but I actually got to devour now, man. I got to go walk around.
Doing your thing, brother.
Really
Getting back to work.
Saying that, I know. Holy fuck.
Ladies, man.
All right, my boy. Be easy. You have yourself a good rest of the day, bro. Check you on the later side.
Aro_Nola9 joined.
Rolex. Shout out to Rolex Nola just joining us tonight.
Double tap to activate.
Appreciate you for being in on a new Monday's episode. Tonight we were just talking about motivation, man. Motivation is a big thing, bro. And anybody who's in the artist and the music knows that motivation is a key factor to, like, you know what I'm saying, making a good sound. You know,
we're staying at the Red Roof Inn, moved over.
I'm just like trying to keep everybody on that level, man. Like, let's keep growing, let's keep going, let's keep pushing forward, let's keep looking for the best out of each and every one of us, because I know that any of you guys that have tuned in here with the show, y'all know what it is, and y'all know that I am here to try to push that narrative for positivity, progressive potions of sorts. You know what I'm saying? And continue to keep, you know what I mean, absorbing the abscess situations, and try to make you guys a lot more aware of how to, you know, find that thing that makes you happy, or that one thing that could lead to your happiness in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we like having these kinds of conversations for real, like, and
Okay, Al Snamy joined.
I just know that, you know, being on this particular spectrum,
Aro_Nola9 joined.
and looking for like-minded souls, you know what I'm saying?
Double
it's one
tap
of
to
those things that, you know, it takes time. It's a real process. But as we go along in this journey, you know what I'm saying? If y'all with me on this, man, we'll find these people and we'll be able to communicate and meet these new people that come into our circle, our community.
Red Circle watch Midas touch within 30 minutes. Live.
You know
Trump is cornered like a rat as he deteriorates.
It's a beautiful thing when we can create a community of individuals who really see and understand, like, the world around us has things that we all have to understand how they function in order to know what to do. Because other than that, we're gonna be sitting in a situation that we can't really figure out, and we're gonna constantly be stuck in this space with no satisfaction, no way to, you know what I mean, heal the soul from this damage. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole big thing. And I think that's why I came together with the idea that I just want to be here to help you guys, like, find that positive space, or even if this becomes a space that you guys want to join and be creating this positivity in this space. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it because I believe that with the right people and the right people in handing this situation into where it's going, we could create a community of individuals that are really stronghold people, not just in your city and your town,
Add a comment.
neighbors and all that.
RO_Nola9 joined.
But we
You
talking
waved at
about creating an
RO_Nola9 in
international
Double
viral
tap to activate.
space that everyone can be involved in, that would seriously bring about a change to how we view, social media in itself at some points. Because yes, this is a social networking system, and in this system, there lies a place where we are able to communicate with each other directly, in a more personal and intimate way, even through this viral video screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can pass on these messages of good favor and good Samaritanism, and ways to turn our youth and family members that are caught up in these negative impressions into a place where they can find a source answer to these real ridiculous ass questions that we keep looking at in everyday society, and we're confused because we just can't figure out the answer to it. And in many cases, it doesn't have to be dealt with unless I'm feeling like Malcolm on this shit. Don't fuck with us, we won't fuck you up. It is what it is. I'm about mine, and I don't got no problem going down for mine. But as long as we are reliant on sources that we think are going to continue to carry us to the higher levels that we should be at, we ain't going to get there. Because we keep believing in certain people that are doing something for us, or they're saying they're going to do something for us, and they don't want to do it. They don't do it, or they ain't going to do it. A wise man once said that a leader or a person who has control over another person is not going to suddenly grow a conscience and give you your freedom back. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to demand it in a way where it really speaks to the person that says, hey, you can't have this, and
Everything
they just
Lucci
realize
_J.
that this is
And
really what it is, and it's either
Everything
him
Lucci.
or it's either
Add a
you or
comment.
that.
Everything Lucci_J. R joined.
Lucci J, what up?
You waved at everything Lucci_J.
But
R.
yeah, the
list.
question of our day for
Double tap
today's
to activate.
episode, as we've been talking about most of the day, is what's motivating you this week? What's your motivational points? What's got you motivated this week? What's something that's been pushing you to get through this week? What's got you on the road to hitting that high level performance that you usually do, or that you want to exceed and excel at? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm all down to hear it. And personally myself, shout out to VO Cab that joined us earlier to tune in with us while he was on his little break before he had to do his walk around at work. Appreciate you, bro, because these conversations like this that really like get the conversations rotating, get the words moving in a way where people really get to see just how effective these conversations can be, like where we can go with these things if given the right responses by all of my peoples in attendance. Those of you guys that are here to talk about these conversations,
Return to folder list.
don't have a problem joining the stream. At any given time, I respect people that are camera shy and everything, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't like large crowds.
Add a comment. Everything Lucci_J.
But that's because I'm from the
You
hood.
waved at everything Lucci_J.
Anything that involves a large crowd nowadays got some guns involved, and I don't want nothing to do with it. But that's just me. So, for what it's worth, there's all of these things, things like that, just, what I mean, find different motivational points to view and take in, for myself. So, aside from all of that, I'm just speaking on my own shit, but I'm honestly talking to you guys about motivation because I want to keep you guys in tune with being just a person who, you know, is encouraged by, you know, wanting to stay motivated, wanting to stay, you know, high volume and ready to go at a moment's notice when it needs to be, because at these points in time in our lives, we live in a world where everything unexpected should be expected by now. Because at the end of the day, this is all that keeps happening. These things that we keep unveiling on under these velvet ropes, and it's like, oh God, damn, another fuckery, another piece of fuckery to add more to the pot of fuckeries that have commenced in just our last year, you know what I'm saying, of going through life and shit. And it's like, I'm just trying to live, man. I don't want to go through all of that shit, but I'm also motivated on trying to make changes so that my future doesn't end up in a fucking tank or a burning ball in the fucking middle of nowhere. So at the end of the day, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, these kinds of conversations really come with, you know what I mean, me or someone needing to bring, you know, some of the realness to the table here, because I'm sorry, but as we look at all of these things in life, you know, we can't stop for time, and, you know, if it don't make money, it don't make sense. All of these different things that we tend to stick to kind of get ourselves consistently through the day. We often have to sit back and really scratch our heads sometimes and start saying to ourselves, what the fuck is all of this really for? And if for nothing, what all does it mean? You know what I mean? And to think about the fact that in a time before this, things were very much a lot simpler. You know, I was just having a conversation with my boys earlier, you know, and it was like, yo, do you know that it must have been hella hard for the average, quote, caveman that existed in times before the house? Because, man, if that shit don't sound like it might have been some wild shit going on in that spectrum of life. Because we're talking about apparently having to deal with some severely whole big ass fucking animals that was like taller than the average Empire State Building size. And these motherfuckers was just walking around. It's like we lived in the world of the giants, and we just so happened to be the smallest thing on earth until a sudden thing happened. No one really can claim to say what they know happens because no one existed at that point. So we really just got theories. And, you know, no one's trying to deny certain theories behind it, but here's the situation at hand. We have people that came out of this, you know what I'm saying? And in the simplest of ways, you know what I'm saying? Yes, there was different solitary carnal emotions raging around certain shit, you know, stomach hurt, I gotta eat, or I don't feel good, I'm gonna eat something to make my stomach feel better, or usually it's I'm gonna beat it till it stops moving and I'll cook it, you know what I mean, see if it's edible. All these other weird, you know, and you know, just, you know, like I said, this seems weird, but at some point it was normal. You know what I mean? In a natural everyday life, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm asking in these conversations, more or less, with this particular example, was just the fact that, you know, to know that we've gone through certain eras of history as human beings, even, you know what I'm saying, and to be where we are today. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff that we fight over, we argue over, we get so upset about, in many ways, if it were not for the fact that money was a factor, costs were things that you had to deal with and face every day, I think some of this shit wouldn't be a problem. I think a great majority of the things that we bitch and moan about or we are worried about would be no problem. And one of my biggest things is, like, and I don't want to go into the whole dynamic of the shit, but I'm just gonna say this. I just feel like essentially we all should have certain things, you know what I mean, at liberty, because of the simple fact that we live under government rule. Hello. We still have to pay taxes to the country, to the city, to the towns, wherever we live. And in these situations and circumstances, there should be a way that people who do these things and actually are citizens that abide by these rules, the only reason why they're in the face of any law enforcement or judicial system is mainly because of the simple fact that they just can't afford these simple values like a house, place to sleep, or, you know, transportation back and forth to work, although that is a fucking luxury. But we're looking at the fact that the actual housing system, being what it is, should be established for people who need housing. Damn the fact if you got 5 other houses on the other side of the country that you want another fucking house. Maybe make some room for the people that don't have one. You see what I'm saying? Really do something with the houses that you have. Maybe charge lower rents. Like, these are the things that I feel like, you know, maybe we talk hear more about than anything. But at some point in time, I feel like we should really come to the forefront about this, because the cost of living continues to rise. You hear about this all the time. Every year around this time of year, if you're watching the news, you're watching the reports on all this stuff going down, you start to see the price of shit's going up. Everything that used to cost something don't cost that no more. I was just in the fucking store. I ain't gonna say I was in the store, but I had a friend walk to the store and they just told me that a fucking beef patty, which used to be $1 for the patty itself, is now $2.25, or they tried to charge me $1.99, basically. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Arizona in the stores up here is $1.25, and they are actually stamped with 99-cent markers on them, because Arizona company, I remember, said they were the only company during the pandemic that did not raise their prices, and they didn't. Part and partial to the reason why I continue to purchase their shit. But at the same time, let's just keep it real here. That's one in about 1,000 companies in this country or more. And the issue that I see with this whole situation is the fact that, you know, we who should know this, I'm sorry. Think about the fact that companies that raise prices on you to make you buy the things that they want you to buy. And the reason why they do that is because they know that if you're buying a lot of something, if they raise the price, it's obviously because you want it, that you would still buy it, or you need it because you would, or else you wouldn't buy it. You go somewhere else and get something cheaper. Because nowadays they sell the same products at a cheaper price in another store. So it's all about finding the right quality in the right store to go to. But in any case, the lesser the value, the lesser the price, the lesser the value of the product. So we deal with these conundrums as we go through days, and you know, of being a consumer caught in the traps that they constantly get us in. Oh well, you know, the price is going up on, you know, on these shirts because, you know, we're getting a new shipment and we got to make a clearance sale. All these other weird ass things that they think are reasonable statements to make. Whereas the average consumer isn't concerned about that. They're absolutely more concerned about getting the quality that they want, meaning they know that we live in a world where, you know what I'm saying, we need certain things and we gotta have certain things a certain way. Everybody is not, you know, normal. Everybody's so unique. You know, we're all unique. You know, we gotta be unique people and all this other stuff. But again, trying to jump back into the subject with this one, we're just saying, like, you know, we looking for the the way to, you know what I mean, motivate a mind and keep a person from jumping off that edge, man. Like it's so many things that you know humanity can be good for. You know what I mean? Why must we focus so hardly on the negative? You know what I'm saying? Is the question that I continue to ask. But in this particular conversation today, we're only talking about motivation. So the negative is a dead issue for me. We want to look into what's positive, what's productive, what's pushing the narrative to do some great things in your life. You know what I'm saying? What's the motivation that you're aiming to get to today?
Mute your live audio.
So this week.
Broadcaster. Add a comment.
Because
That dude tip. Yagwayam Pustakaw. In list.
yay.
That dude tip joined. Add a comment.
And that's what I mean, like,
That dude tip.
in any
Yagwayam
case-
Pustakaw. In list.
And in any case, that I believe is the biggest thing that I keep constantly working towards in my everyday, is just trying to find the way of being positive. You know what I'm saying? Like continuously finding natural plus routes to do good things and continue to be a, you know, great individual. I ain't gonna say a great, but just a good person. You know what I mean? Like, cause it's not easy, you know, getting through life. 24 hours may seem short in many of you guys' cases, but damn it if that shit don't get long sometimes. And it feels like it never ends. You know, I remember like just thinking about it, you know, and at the end of the day, I think one of my biggest concerns for me is just, you know what I'm saying, making sure that, you know, all my things that I wanted to get done, my goals to push for in that day, no matter what day it is, but no, in just that day, to make sure that it's my best go at it, you know what I'm saying, or it's my best observation of it, to take in, you know what I mean, the best way to complete and, you know, just be able to like find my way through these, you know, difficult situations, because every day is not always going to be like, you know, productive day. But what I like to say on all of that is just the fact that, you know, the unproductive
Add
day
a comment.
to
That dude tip.
anyone
Yagwayam
or
Pustakaw. In list.
unsuccessful day to anyone is a day that you don't wake up. Really though. Any day that you don't get up and you're not able to look at the sky and say thank you for getting me here, you know, it's not successful. It's like that's the end, and there's no coming back from that. And in any case, you know what I'm saying, we as human beings out here look to try to, you know, be successful at, or to some extent find success in our lives before that untimely end. And my best thought on all of it is to, no matter what your objective is, no matter what your goal is, continue to stay motivated on what that is and how to get there. You know, even if it takes a little bit of sitting down to listen to some things and learn something, you know, take the time, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's something that you really want, you're gonna make it happen. And
Add a comment.
that's something
That
I
dude tip.
noticed with
Yagwayam Pustakaw.
everybody.
In
That's
list.
something I noticed with almost everybody that, you know, comes into play when it comes about, you know, goals in life or things that they want to see success in. You know, all of these things come with having a certain level of motivation about yourself in order to, you know, grant yourself these wishes. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, as we see and we have learned, you know, through the years, that the genie in our life, or that one person that we're hoping to bump into that's going to grant every wish, is just not out there. It's out there to those of us who are fortunate to come across a specific type of person. You see what I'm saying? But not just some magic person that's going to do something for you. It's not happening. We live in a world of reality here. It's just like, for me personally, I'm just keeping it real. Like, I do want to speak on these certain things, but I'm not going to press the issue. Like tomorrow, for my Topic Tuesday, I kind of wanted to bring up a conversation a week before Christmas, which might make everybody a little bit gracious. But at the end of the day, I'm patient. I'm patient, and I'm actually not gonna press the issue, but I will think about it. You know what I mean? What do we think about, you know, the whole thing around the holiday, you know, so to speak. We'll just not say a one holiday in particular. We'll just say the holiday. But yeah, like for real, like, cause you know, for me, you know what I'm saying. I've always been, you know, if we're gonna do something, we're gonna do something. It don't have to be, you know, a once a year thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I can do it, I would do it, you know, at the time that I feel like it can be done. I wouldn't push to wait all the way to the end of the year and pile up a bunch of shit and say that it's from a person that doesn't exist. I don't get it. And I mean, I get the whole thing that most parents are thinking about nowadays when it comes to, you know, Christmas and shit like that. It's like, oh, well, you know, tell my kids they better
Message
be good.
CB420p.
You know,
Video cam street shaved ice.
if they do good or
£1
they do
$1,000.
good or be good in school,
Message Telegram
they'll
234
get
messages.
everything they want,
Add a
you know,
comment.
from Santa.
That do tip. Yagwayam Kustakau.
And the average kid that's pre-teen or under teen ain't concerned about the shit that you really want them not to even give a shit about. It's not until they hit about 12, 13. Nowadays, 12, 13. Even 11, 10-year-olds nowadays are fucking getting phones and shit, which is weird. But this is the way of the world now. Technology's everywhere. And due to no fault of the general public's own, but, you know, through the demands of the public, professional public, commercial public, I'll just call them, you know, these people deemed it so that we needed these particular devices, you know, and I'm just saying.
Message Telegram 243 new messages from 5 chats.
Being honest about the whole situation, I've been more or less just, you know, paying attention to how all of this has been unfolding, and it's almost like watching mayhem on top of the hill. Yeah, it's like watching mayhem on top of the hill.
Now I have a question. Should I get weed or cigarettes? Should I get weed or cigarettes?
I think we got cigarettes, don't we? Where's the key?
The one left for you.
Oh, is there one left?
Yeah, for you.
That's not a big deal. I honestly really wouldn't mind the weed more so than cigarettes, but
Weed or cigarettes?
Huh?
Weed or cigarettes? Weed or cigarettes?
that's 2 for 1.
You know, whether or not you guys be conventional personality-wise, I do think the financial compatibility is part of that.
Alright.
Sweet.
I hope she'll let me slide on the dollar. I said I hope she'll let me slide on the dollar for tax. I think she will. We've been in there fucking enough.
Right.
Gotta bring my punch. Where'd he put the punch card? That's the thing I gotta find because I'm keeping track of that motherfucker. Where is it? Is it in your wallet?
Purple pouch.
Where?
G_hippie 200.
Corona.
G_hippie 200.
What's happening,
Add a
y'all?
comment.
So yeah, do you know what today is? It's Monday. Yeah.
Tweet at
So in that,
G_hippie
I
213.
don't know
In
where they
list.
are. I must be sitting on them.
Double tap to activate.
Nope.
What the hell?
Robert. Because he had them last. He never gave. I don't think he gave them back to me. And if he did, I don't know where the fuck I put them.
No, he didn't. It was in his pocket.
I told you. I knew I didn't have them. I don't even remember him giving them back to me. I was like, okay.
At least they were in the.
At least they didn't go far.
5 minutes to get out.
But there is 5 minutes left. So with the last 5 minutes, I will say I'm asking this simple question. What's your motivation this week? What's got you motivated? What's going on with you?
What's
And
my
how we
motivation
go-
to get back to Colorado so we can get into our house so we can get our damn dogs back?
See what I'm
That's
saying?
my
Add a comment. Edit G_hippie
we're full of
213
that.
joined.
We're full
You
of
waved at
motivation
G_hippie
like that. You know what I'm saying?
213.
Because
In
there's
list.
always something. All right,
Double
babe.
tap to activate.
Do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. But yeah, like it's a beautiful situation right now. So like with this last little bit of 5, I'm gonna tell you guys this. We are conducting a song contest. Not just any song contest. You know how New Wave Music Wednesday goes here on the PZ Show. We like to give you guys a little bit of that good shit. The funk flavor and bust, bro. I should say robust sounds of these dope individual artists that come through here, passing through the show and giving you their music. So what we need from you guys is your support. This month only, we are only accepting submissions from you. No one will be getting their songs picked by me. I am expecting every artist in attendance to the sound of this voice that you hear on the stream to please submit your music and do me a solid. If you're not submitting on the 27th, you like to submit a day before on a Wednesday, we show up on that day. That's fine. You could do it for free. But if you're coming in on the 27th day and you'd like to be a part of the New Wave Music Wednesday episode for the Song of the Year contest where the prize is involved, then most likely I would like to see your support from a cash donation. And anything helps at this point. So we're not asking for much. We're just asking for you to support the show and support what we're doing here for the month of December for the New Wave Music Wednesday artists. And this will be something that we could do every year. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be something you do, we do it every week because I didn't want this show to be something where you guys come in here and you feel like you have to keep expunging money. Feel me? So for me, I honestly just wanted you guys to really be able to capture the moment of being a part of the show and being able to really find that enriching moment, the knowledge, the sensible ignorance that I might bring, or just the understanding of, this conversation can expand and it always has room for you to be a part of it. But anyway, New Wave Music Wednesday, we really want to commence to do something special specifically for the artists that have come through, the people that have submitted music, been consistent with the show, and have always come in here with something good for us to listen to and enjoy. Now, granted, most of the music that we've had played here in the years coming up to this point in New Wave Music Wednesday, every week has been, something, man. We've gone from some of the worst to the best. And I mean, it's amazing to see the growth and the movement of developing things that have come out of the artists. So, if you appreciate what we do here on the New Wave Music Wednesday segments of the PZ Show, we appreciate your support of watching. We appreciate your support of being a part of what we do here in the crowds, whether you're in the comments or you're on the recaps. We also want you to know that we can't do this without you. So with anything that you may have, 50 cents, $1, whatever, just send it to the Cash App, or you can send it to the PayPal. Preferably the Cash App, because I can command that with a little more authority and a lot better at accuracy and all of these other things. I mean, PayPal just becomes more of a waiting game on who's going to get paid and how. I don't like it. And then I just, I'm just giving you guys the options. So I appreciate y'all for supporting the show, supporting what we do here, and being the piece that really just keeps this whole thing together. Because on any occasion, this could have been a totally different thing. You know what I mean? This could be different. You know what I mean? So, for myself, I'm just trying to build a station for people to be able to be here and be able to feel like they have a space. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not many places that I've found, where the conversation really is in a direction that shows that these people are concerned about you. They really care about who you, are and what kind of a person that, that could be for you. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, I just really,
Are you sure you want to end your live video?
In any case, we could do better. But I thank you for showing up tonight, being a part of the New Wave Music Wednesday, Motivation Monday, conversation. We're talking with you. Catch up on a recap. Damn, I'm having a fucked up tongue twisted day today. But anyway, you can tap in with us tomorrow. We got to talk about it Tuesday tomorrow. So peace and love to y'all. I hope you guys enjoy the night. Peace from PZ.
Close button.